Nate. So this is one of my lifelong old school friends. As a libertarian, what is your opinion on Towns' adoption of Sharia law? Now, I haven't taken a full, you know what's interesting though? I do have a thing I was possibly going to look at, which is Sikh and non-Sikh divorce disagree on whether children should get haircuts. Now, let's really take a look here at Sharia law, which is, it's not the Constitution. So I believe, if you're going to say as a hardcore ANCAP libertarian, communities, you wouldn't be governed by, state necessarily. You'd be able, as your own communities, you could have your communist community, you can have your free communities, you can have all that. And then you need to have social ills that come into it, right, that make things difficult. First of all, I don't know which towns are adopting Sharia law, and what makes me wonder about this is, and you could be very true, because I know, but there's a lot of threats out there of communities adopting Sharia law, and then you actually look into it and know it's people. As an example, I know some people, I may or may not have been their attorney, of a certain faith that they do not believe that you can get a divorce. Okay. Well, one of the parties wants to get a divorce, and the U.S. court's going to grant a divorce. So they grant it. He just doesn't want it to be that he consented to this. Perfectly fine. We've got a ruling out there. You've already been divorced. Anyway, so that's part of it. I guess my issue is maybe throw me up, Nate, send me a DM of where you're specifically talking about that's happened like this, because I would like to look into it, because oftentimes it's situations where maybe the state, if it's all Sharia stuff within that county or that municipality or whatever, they're just not really doing much about whatever. And then they're leaving it up to the religious sects to make dictates on those people's lives, which actually is a much better way, I think, of going about things just from a individual perspective. But if you have a conflict between a person, Muslim faith, and a person of Jewish faith, you should not be adopting Sharia law. You should not be adopting basic law, which is what that's what they call the law there in Israel, or some sort of Talmudic law, right? You should be adopting the law under the Constitution. So I will be, and by the way, I don't know if I ever answered your actual question, Nate, from a libertarian perspective. I'll just say this about libertarian. I don't know that I necessarily am a libertarian as far as the political philosophy anymore. I don't know what that is. I just know that I'm disgusted with a lot of the stuff on the right, a lot of stuff on the left, a lot of the libertarians, everyone in between. And I think libertarianism is the best possible legal philosophy. Okay, I don't know about a political philosophy, but definitely legal philosophy. And almost everything that derives when you can say how you feel about things, it's in how they work. I mean, I've got books here. Anarchy in the Law. It's an amazing book breaking down a lot of that stuff. Choice, Robert Murphy. That's another one. Government by Judiciary. That's against the 14th Amendment. So I'm fine with that one as well.